Hey, Mom, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, oh my gosh, it's good and sunny up there again. How hot do you think it's going to get today there?
Oh, probably about 96. I'm Kay Fagette, and I'm sitting here next to Benny Beam and my son, who has come to visit me. Thanks to Benny.
Hi.
When I was visiting my cousin in Minnesota, and the Augustana group had this senior center, and I went to visit, and they showed me all the stuff they had for helping seniors, and they had one of these, and I just thought, what a fantastic idea, because it's very difficult when you have an older family member living alone often, and the kids worry, and they're not close enough to go by and visit.
It's been pretty amazing. As opposed to something like Skype, which is more like a phone call, you have to call and someone has to electively pick up the phone on the other end. Especially with my mom getting older, I mean, there's no pickup necessary. I can just beam in and kind of wander around the house a little bit, find her and say hi. It really feels a lot more like being there. You know, even right now, I kind of feel like I'm sitting in my old living room.
I wish you could have some of my lemons. I just brought some up from the garden. Pretty much here in the living room, he comes down the hall, he comes in the kitchen and mostly the computer room. You know, he looks out on the deck and looks at, he can check the front yard and the backyard, the upper backyard. And, but he sort of roams all around this upstairs where I usually work. It's out there where the old little mimosa tree used to be. You see them?
Oh, wow.
Aren't they looking pretty?
For the technology we're talking about here and two-way communication, the latency is great and Mom's connection isn't even necessarily the best. I think it really is just a fantastic value for anyone that would want to just keep an eye on a family member or a friend, even just like an area. I come up sometimes, honestly, your dirty secret, Mom, I come up sometimes and just drink a coffee and stare out the back window because it's really nice.
Because they can just come in and out and not know. I go to town sometimes, and so I have these little whiteboards, or if I'm out in the yard for a period of time. So if I happen to have gone to town, this one might be up. Just let them know where I am, so if they're looking around and where is she, and somebody might say, well, maybe they could call. And then I have one that says yard, because I'm out in the yard, particularly in the summer a lot.
When Mom first told me about this, I was a little skeptical, I have to admit. You know, the idea of driving a little robot around the house to look for someone seemed kind of far-fetched. But the experience was really, really smooth. And I felt like there was never a point in time where I needed to kind of hunt around or look for a manual. It was really intuitive, just sort of navigate around with the arrow keys on my keyboard. It was actually really easy to use too. I thought I use remote controlled cars pretty regularly. I'm used to getting them stuck places, but the Beam's surprisingly resilient in hopping up over little bumps and carpets and navigating different types of floors.
It makes me feel like he's here visiting, really.